And greetings. Welcome back. And finally, time to get to the final stage of the Challenges League. Started in a freaking August, and now is the end of the October. Great timings, ESL. Um, Not long enough. Probably could have waited till December and then released the playoffs. Well, maybe next year. Okay. Without being sarcastic, come on, I cannot be not sarcastic. We have Entropic fallen apart. Um, some reason four is not participating in this event. Come on, nine taking place of fours. Two out of 8 teams that's supposed to compete are just dead. What can you do? One in reality, like if they did it like a month ago, like before the major, fours would be in top shape, and Tropic would be in top shape. Like, come on, Ecstatic would okay, they didn't qualify, but still they were good. Like, come on, teams that now playing over here is just out of these teams, let's be honest, who is the real contender? We have Eagles that potentially can win the event. We have Sprout that potentially can win the event. Entropic is dead. Blue Jays, nine, Heat against one win. Probably one win gonna take this one, and you never know what's happening in day camp since Entropic announced that they're gonna disband their roster and just unsolicited them. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna have some of these Entropic players joining the one win. Maybe Mir gonna be in one win. Forrester. Who knows? It's a possibility. Okay. Now my rant is a little bit over, and already after some insights, first game is probably Bad News Eagles. Second this, and since it's a double elimination, everyone still has a chance. And this type of a chance is for nine, Blue Jays, and probably a French team to take the third place. But which third team? I'm kind of more on the Falcons than Heat side, and perhaps this can be even the game where Falcons can make it to the final. You never know. It's a possibility. So, in my opinion, the final should be Bad News Eagles against one win, but um, it's an online event, and Eagles they not really that good at playing online games, but I believe they are game prepared for the major, so they're probably boot camping. So most likely they all at the same venue location. So it's kind of going to be like a LAN event but online. In terms of Sprout, I don't know what's happening with them at the moment since they were not really playing that good in a couple of games already. And if we look at Sprout recent history, what we're gonna see, there might what else? So matches. Sprout K23, Tropic, Ikla, Finest, Hotspur. Kind of weird results recently. Losing to Entropic over here. The coach buff, barely beaten K23. Okay, 16-2, 16-9. Not really barely, but still. And Xiphon was doing pretty good. Okay, fair enough. And back, Proud against Bad News Eagles, and still, I kind of have this feeling that Bad News Eagles for like a upper final. From an upper final, most likely they're gonna face one win, and then It's kind of weird since one win can beat them. It depends on the map pool, to be honest, on picks. But like anything can happen over there. And if we go to a lower bracket, then Proud should be going through the lower bracket without really facing any uh, real opponent till like the consolidation final, which most likely going to be uh, Sprout versus One Win, and then potentially we have a rematch, the Bad News Eagles against Sprout. But but there is a possibility for the Falcons to do well as well. So with that said, let's draw down the lineup. So um, going for Proud carries is questionable, as they're gonna play Blue Jays, which is on the rise. On the other side, One Win would have easy, no, okay, not easy, but like the first game against him wouldn't be a real problem. And second game is Falcons most likely, so they're just gonna play French teams and then play News Eagles, which potentially they can beat. And in those games, it shouldn't really be like tactical. They should be just out aiming them, and for this reason, I believe Lollipop is good, despite that he doesn't have greatest rating. Also, Deco, probably time for him to shine. And this is my main gamble. So I'm not sure if One Win gonna win, like the whole event, but they should be good enough to reach at least reach the grand final, right? So then Bad News Eagles or Proud. This is my second choice. If we look at the prices, Bad News Eagles are best. GXX 201k is a steal. Then we have Mary and Synapse. Out of those two, Synapse is probably the better performer. And then we have 191k left, which gives us a chance for Misuta. Okay, anyone else? Lisa? Not really. So not taking any Sprout players unless I want to take refresh and swap Synapse. Look, 19. Uh-huh. Do I like this option or I don't? Or I can take the XX. Hmm. This is very tempting. But refresh, online game. Maybe they're not gonna play that structured, and it's a possibility that refresh gonna have a good stats as well, which I doubt. And he will have to face Blue Jays and then Eagles in type of game, not be performing really well. Scenario. Yeah, do I really trust two snipers and Lollipop like being secondary carry? Or do I go for this type of approach? Lollipop and Bounce? And instead of Scenario, gets is this a decent option? Bounce. Bounce and do I like this or I don't? That's the question. I'm not a big fan of this, but one win, one win. What if we try to do it this way? Echo and one flutter is a little expensive. playing the Harry, Synopsy, okay. LGXX is a great option. Oh, hard. I didn't expect it. But Sprout plays are overpriced. Really overpriced. Mm, still, Synopsy is the best option. And perhaps taking is not a bad idea. Am I happy with this? Synopsy can have a good event. Lollipop can have a good event. Double snipers that should be bringing consistent points. And Misuta, that's probably gonna play against Falcons with the Falcons against Tropic quite decently, opinion. Then they're gonna play the second game, win, which they're gonna drop down. Then they're gonna face probably that's gonna play against Entropic in a Clover. Then there's a chance for them to actually. Misuta sounds okay-ish. So, um, yeah, that's fine. And in terms of roles, uh, since I have the fate that one win gonna win the whole event, I'm gonna use Lollipop as my leader, Deco as an Opa, Defender on GXX, and Entry Frag on Synopsy. Or I might even swap these two and suit as a support role, because I can use him as a headshot, but recently he's not really headshots. Maybe attacker, but not a great idea. Support is still better. I was considering the entry fragger, but not really playing entry fragger that often anymore. So this is my lineup, and for those that are interested in how my previous went, well, in terms of Fire League, I predicted it almost 100% correct. The only mistake was MIBR not winning, and Cardazo was a disaster. But still, I called it right. They did come to the final and played with the Spirit, and Spirit won the whole event. So Wonderful kind of carried me to like 4 points, but still, like predicting the correct every single game apart of one, and just picking wrong players. Well, happens. In terms of the other event, which was Challenger Rotterdam, again picking the right teams, but here comes the best of one problem, where playing one really good best of one in like first day and hitting like a 30 bomb is automatically granting you 60 points, and out of them, if you actually win like the first place in the group, you gain another like 40 just by pending, which was kind of an example of Xertion, which ended up like with 150 points by playing like 2 games with like 60 points after the first one, and then just like second game was average, and then pending game like 3 points, and then you have like two players actually lifting the trophy, and you only get like what 20 points by best of three, right? And if we actually go to a match page, we're gonna see that if this best of three was counting uh, as a single game, 166 rating for Fame on a Dust 2 would give me insane points after like a best of one count, right? And on Vertigo, Fleetwood 1.26 would also have really good points, right? If we go back to the event and check the uh, mouse sports game where Xertion was group stage, I think it was first game, Xertion had let's see, 2.26 on Torzi, Xertion 1.61, and he already had like 60 points, almost 60 points, right? Then what do you expect? Like there is no chance to win after this. And second game, Movistar, Carchion had 194. That's it, like 194 and 164. And these are the insane points, like after 2 games. And after these 2 games, possible for anyone to kind of claim the top one, even if they kind of win the event, because best of threes don't count the same points as best of one does. You can have like 2.11 rating on the first game and then 1.3 on the second game, and you're gonna be an average, and not like the every map count as it would be in like best of one. So it's a huge problem, and HLTV has to fix it, but maybe next season. So this is it for now, and see you next time.